Hello, InclusionistaTourista here. So I'm about almost halfway through my sabbatical now, and I've completely forgotten to take photos of everywhere we've been. So thought I would let you know where I've been through the good old-fashioned medium of postcards. So the first place that we went to in May is Suffolk. I've been to Suffolk before, but never stayed there. So we stayed in a really gorgeous place called Aldeburgh. Right by the sea. It was a bit chilly, but it was super pretty. And yeah, it is a bit white and middle class, but hey, we could take Margot the dog everywhere we went. Great Yarmouth. What a fantastic place. Never been to Great Yarmouth before, and yes, the sand really is that yellow. Then along the coast to not so sunny and not so pretty Bridlington. The sand doesn't look anything like that. It just feels a bit neglected, sadly. But we met some really, really lovely people there that recommended some great places to go. And you can get 5 shots for £1. What's not to love? Next, we went to Flamborough Head. Flamborough Head is a coastal headland. And it was a very, very cold and miserable day. Very, very misty. So we really couldn't see much beyond the end of our noses that day. But wow, spectacular scenery. Next, Scarborough. Fantastic. Loved Scarborough. Doesn't look like that now, of course. That's what it looked like in the Victorian times, because it is, in fact, a spa town. This is what it looks like now. Just the most gorgeous place, but the access was really tricky. Really up and down, very hilly, but lots of great places to park in the car and lots of good places to take the dog, particularly North Bay Beach. She loved it. Next, we went to Whitby. Oh, yeah, what a fantastic place. So every year they have a goth festival and a steampunk festival. And as you can see, this is the Abbey that Bram Stoker took his inspiration from for Dracula. We managed to get ourselves up there thanks to a road and a car. And the weather was absolutely gorgeous. So while we were there, we decided to take a trip on the North York Moor Steam Railway. Just gorgeous, run by volunteers and pretty accessible, to Goathland. Never been to Goathland before, never heard of Goathland before. Apparently, this is where they filmed Heartbeat, which was a Sunday night programme that me and Gorge never watched. Really great place, very pretty, lovely hot sunny day. Probably the most disgusting Sunday lunch we've ever had, but a very pretty place. And then back to Whitby, and then on to Scotland.